Yo, what is going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we are for Kamen Revice episode 34. That is, oh my god, the bad guys gotta win in this episode, let me tell you. But before we get into this video, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, man, down there. And yeah, so let's get into this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get into it. So we start off in this episode with basically there's a lot going on. Basically, the Veil's running around. Veil's still kind of running around, but we see that Daiji is still looking for Akemi. We also see that Akashi has basically brought Akemi to his side. He's basically scared her to a degree. He has scared her into basically, you know, basically going to his side. So yeah, so basically Akemi is like, we've lost Akemi. I hated it so mad because I kind of saw her as like a potential love interest for Daiji. I don't know. I guess I just saw her as like maybe, I mean, she was probably a love interest for Hiromi, which I miss Hiromi. Hiromi need to come back, man. Hiromi need to hurry and get his memories back and come back and help, because we need the help, man. We need this. So we see that the mama, she's getting ready. She's, you know, she's with Iki. They're cleaning and things like that, and she's getting ready to go out and shop and things like that. But then Vice is like, I don't know, like, is that safe? Is it safe for her to go out? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, yeah, because Veil's out there running around. He's trying to, you know, he's trying to destroy the Igarashi family, things like that. So we send, Vice ends up going with Mama to, you know, basically protect her. We also see that, Sakura and Hana, aka Aguilera, they're out just doing girl stuff, you know. They're out shopping and eating and doing girl stuff, and freaking Takumi and Hiraku, they're basically following the girls, but pretending not to follow them. Oh, hey computer. So they're following them and stuff like that, just having this regular stuff going on. So, but we also see that Daiji, he's still with George, and he basically devises like a plan to basically like take down Akashi. So he ends up going to the weekend. He ends up going to the weekend and actually devising a plan with them. We also saw that Iki was there. Yeah, Iki was there with him. He axes Daiji asks Iki to go with him to the weekend to basically form a plan against Akashi. We do see that Akashi does come. He basically announces that he's about to do something tomorrow at noon. Basically, that's when he's basically going to unleash all the demons and stuff like that, and also all the demons and stuff onto the world, basically trying to possess everyone or get everybody to become to his side, because his whole philosophy is that, you know, if we all like worship gift and things like that, then we all can basically become demons, I guess, and also like humanity can exist as a species better. Like his whole, like, he had a whole speech. It was weird, but we do see that before the brothers end up going to the weekend, we see that Mama is attacked by she's attacked by Veil, and that's when we get a one-on-one fight between we know that Vice was with her, and it's kind of cool to see that Vice and Iki actually separated this far away. It was when you know, Vice can, you know, if he uses the stamp and stuff, you know, Vice can come out and move around on his own and stuff like that. So him and Vice were actually pretty far, not super far, but they were far away from each other. And we get a one-on-one fight between Vice and Veil. So, which is cool. They both their names start with a V. I just noticed that. Wow. I'm super late. But we see that they get into a fight with each other, and basically Veil is going off about him. They end up, when they clash fists, they have like a joint memory with each other, and we see that Veil actually remembers that Vice was the demon that basically stopped him from destroying the Igarashi family, and we see that Vice is like, yeah, that was me, and I'm going to protect this family. So it seems like Vice and Veil are kind of like, I guess they're like two halves. I don't know. I guess they're kind of like two halves, but then Veil kind of considers himself Vice's father, because he's Junpei's slash Ginta's demon, and then Vice actually acknowledges that. Vice is like, oh, so you think just because you're Iki's dad's demon, you think that you can call yourself my dad? He was like, and Vale's like, he's disrespecting Vice, saying stuff like, oh, you're you're a disgrace to demons and stuff like that. Like you and your, he's like, all humans abandon their demons eventually, and you and Iki are going to get torn apart one day. And that really does something to Vice, to the point where he barely can focus. Hearing that fact that him and Iki might get torn apart one day kind of hurts him when Iki ends up getting there, because Mama called him, and Iki gets there and tries to help out Vice, but they're fighting him, and then they're fighting Vale, and they're doing a piss poor job because Vice can't focus, because the whole idea of him being separated from Iki does something, like he really cares about Iki. So it really did something. It really effed him up when it came down to this whole, when it came down to the battle. So it's a thing that Vale would keep saying to him, like, hey, he said, oh, you gotta be destructive like a demon should. And he keeps saying like a demon should, like a demon should. And that really does something to Vice. So, and Iki's like trying to figure out what's wrong with Vice. Like, he's like, Vice, what's wrong with you? And and he's super apologetic and stuff like that to Iki, like, please don't leave me, please. Like, he's like a puppy. He's like, I'll be good, please don't leave me. I won't make any more mistakes. That's what he's like. So we see that, they end up going to the weekend. They end up he asks the weekend, can y'all help me, stuff like that. And Big Papa Igarashi agrees to lend a hand and stuff like that. Or no, Kataragi. I'm sorry. Big Papa Kataragi. He ends up, he basically, agrees to help them, things like that. We do see that Akashi comes on he comes on like the video feed for the whole city, talking about what he's gonna do tomorrow at noon and things like that. So we see that Daiji is very, very flustered. He's very, very, like, he's rushing, he's very flustered and things like that. He's irritated. And when they end up making a plan, and we see that the three of them, the three siblings, they go back home, and we see that Iki basically has to calm Daichi down, stuff like that. Like, we have to beat him together, man. We can't, like, ain't nobody fighting alone, stuff like that, So they ended up, we know that George is on our side, thank God. But we see that he's still talking to he's talking to Daiji, talking about the plan, the things they're going to do. And we see that George talking to, they hide in like the warehouse place where you see George working, and we see that George is talking to Akashi, and he's telling him about the new Demons driver, and seeing that how the Demons driver is like, it's less, it doesn't do what it did to Hiromi anymore. It doesn't do the draining your life force and things like that. So it now has a more stable transformation thing now. So he also tells Akashi that these can be mass produced if you want them to be. So the plan was to basically have George end up transforming using the Demon's driver, but we see that Akashi calls in Akami, and then he actually calls Daiji because he already knew Daiji and everybody was there. So he gives this whole speech and everything like that. He ends up blasting everybody away with his like demon hand, and he ends up having this whole speech about like, if we all worship gift, stuff like that. And they also say, Iki asks like, what are you? He says, oh yeah, I came to this planet, or this earth like over a millennia ago. So Akashi's been a demon. Akashi is super, super, super old. A millennia? You know how long a millennia is? But yeah, it turns out he's been here like a millennia. He's so he was around during the Kamen Rider Veil days, but he's also probably been around longer than that, way longer than that. So he's probably the one that even had the gift. He's probably the one that had the gift stamp back in those days. But yeah, we end up seeing a giant fight ensue between everybody. He ends up blasting everybody away. He ends up hurting Daiji immensely. He ends up cutting Daiji's throat. We see blood all dripping down Daiji's neck. Daiji can't even fight, yo. So they're all fighting. They're all trying. They basically tried to rush rush Akashi, but we see that Gift ends up shooting a bunch of Giftharians to fight them, and he's shooting multiple Giftharians at them. And then while they're fighting all the Giftharians, we see that Veil shows up, and then Veil shows up, and Veil's fighting fighting Vice, and he's holding Vice by his tail, like how Frieza was holding Vegeta, and he's just punching Vegeta while he's using his tail to hold him. Yeah, Veil's basically doing that, and they end up transforming into Thundergale, and that's still fighting out Veil while in Thundergale. And then that's when Akashi he's talking to Daiji, and he brings over Akemi, and Akemi has basically she's been scared over to his side, and she's like I'm sorry, but Gift is too powerful. I don't see like a what is it? I don't see how humanity can like survive, stuff like that. So he ends up Gift ends up transforming Akemi into a demon, and she looks really cool. No, I'm sorry, but like she looks dope, dude. Like it's like, man, she's like black and red. The mask, it looks cool, but the body wise, like it looks dope, and she has like a blade on her arm. It glows. It's like, yo, like she's getting ready to kill Daiji though. I mean, but at the same time, this is a really like this demon form looks dope. I hope this is like, I'm probably most likely this is gonna be a recurring thing, because I don't think they're gonna kill Akemi like next episode. I don't think they're gonna do that. They could, but I don't think they're gonna do that. If so, I'm gonna hate it, because this, oh man, she looks dope. But yeah, episode ends up right there on a bad note, like in the middle of this big hopeless battle everybody's going through. Like Iki and Vice are fighting Veil, and then we got Sakura over there fighting like 4 or 5 freaking Giftharians. George is knocked out, and Iki's and then Daiji's on the floor bleeding. So I'm just like, yo, how are we gonna get out of this? So but most likely we're gonna see Akashi use the Demon's Driver. He's probably gonna henshin. If you've seen the scans, we've seen like a new rider that we're gonna get, which most likely is gonna be Akashi. So, but yeah, this episode was kind of horrific. But other than that, guys, you guys let me know down in the comment section below. What you guys think about this episode, man? It was scary, but it was also really cool to see Vice fight Veil. That was a very, very cool fight. I'm just saying. I was actually kind of waiting on that, because they look the same. So I was wondering, like, what's the conversation that these two are gonna have, and we got that conversation. It was kind of cool, but I can't wait to see when Vice actually wrecks this dude. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting when Vice comes up and actually wrecks Veil. But yeah, you guys, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode, man. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and stay henshin.